Hey there guys, welcome to my impressions of the FIFA 14 demo. We've got Man City versus AC Milan at the new camp, which has never been in a FIFA game before. It's always been in PES, but FIFA bought the license for it this year, so here it is. As you can see, not much has really changed from 13. The graphics look very similar, the player animations look very similar. The faces still look like they've all got the same expressions as the previous game, and to be honest, that's a little bit disappointing, but we'll see if the gameplay elements have changed at all. The graphics on the shirts seem slightly better, like the creases and whatnot, but at the moment I'm not noticing a massive big difference between 13 and 14, but it's the gameplay at the end of the day that matters, so let's see if there's any change in the gameplay. Um, First impressions on the movement of the players, it does feel slightly slicker, like turning and whatnot, and if I'm not careful here, Balotelli's going to dick me. Luckily he didn't, and the passing feels like it's been reworked a little bit as well on the touches. That's a great pass there. Almost in there. Aguero just can't get his shot off, and there's an example of the new first touch system. If it's on his weaker leg or weaker foot or whatever, it tends to do that, you know. They don't have a perfect touch every time, and I'm actually really worried about this when it comes to lower league clubs such as the club that I support, Leeds. That was a fantastic save by Joe Hart, by the way. But it kind of worries me. Are they going to be completely inadequate compared to some of the top teams? Like, am I going to take a touch with Luke Varney and it's going to go absolutely miles every time, or is it going to be a one-off? Because they're not really that bad in real life, it's just FIFA thinks they are. And Balotelli's touch is always going to be awesome. Moves on the floor, writhing in pain, so I'm guessing I've injured him. And again, Navi's touch is awful, and I don't know why, because he hasn't got a bad first touch in real life. I don't know if it's me trying to sprint. You can't sprint anymore and like keep the ball at your feet. If you constantly sprint, it like goes further and further in front of you and you lose control of it. Yeah, that's a little bit realistic, but also it's a little bit unrealistic in the to the point where you can't control the ball because you're running so fast. If you ever watch Theo Walcott run, he never loses control of the ball. Like, yeah, his feet are going like now right, but he always knows where the ball's going. And if they're under pressure, fair enough, they are going to lose control of the ball, but when they're not, I don't see why you should lose possession that easily. And I think that's something that they'll work on before they release the final game, or it might just be a nitpick from me. I don't know. Another thing I have noticed, the shooting's been reworked quite a bit, and I still really haven't got to grips with it. I've been playing the PlayStation 3 version and the PC version, and as some people may know, I like to edit PC versions, so I have a patch on the PC version which allows you to have more teams. So I'll show that off for you guys later on, but at the moment this is the PlayStation 3 version. Not much is really different, in all honesty. It's the same great game from last year, but to shell out £50 or whatever it's going to be for this is a little bit cheeky on the EA's part, in my opinion. I mean, fair enough, career mode might make it worthwhile, it might be fantastic, you know, they might have really improved certain elements of it, such as transfers, the emergency loan system, the deadline day system. I'm sure they've all improved that, so time will tell if this game is really a step above its predecessor, but at the moment I don't think it is. Yeah, it's better, but I don't think it's £40 or £50 or whatever the hell you're going to pay for it better. Yeah, they have all the new kits and they look really nice, but on the PC version of FIFA 13 you can get a patch now from Modding Way, where you can have all the kits on it, new gameplay elements and all sorts, new databases, all the latest transfers. So really, it kind of makes it inadequate to buy this version, but I'll buy it anyway because I always do. So that's a little bit disappointing in the fact that it's just pretty much the same game. As you can see, the graphics are slightly better on the shirts. Now you can see them moving when the players walk, which is a nice touch. And really, FIFA's been all about little touches to stuff. I mean, this is a new layout which looks very nice, very slick, very easy to navigate. Does exactly what it says: end the game, resume match. And there's a new highlight system as well, which is voiced by Jeff Sterling, which is a nice touch as well, makes it feel a bit more authentic. But again, is it worth the money? I think the career mode and the foot mode and the edit mode, I think the edit mode needs improving, to be honest. I mean, we've got the same kits that we had from FIFA 10 on the app. They just need tweaking a little bit. I mean, Pro Evolution Soccer 2014, this year you can edit the sleeves, you can put any image onto your shirts, so that's going to get edited to all hell and it's going to be as authentic as the FIFA version when people are through modding it. So I think PES has really stepped it up this year, and FIFA's got a lot of competition on its hands. Unlike previous years, FIFA was always ahead of the game. I don't think it is this year, but as you can see, I'm playing some nice passing football here. I love this. Yaya Toure is a beast on this game, just like he should be in real life. And unfortunately for us, that is ruled offside, and that isn't, in my opinion. It's very, very tight, and I've been robbed of a very good goal there. Aguero, I think it was, who put it in the back of the net. Goalkeeper came rushing out, didn't get anywhere near it, and unfortunately for us, it's disallowed. Joe Hart's quick out to that. Clichy, quite quick. I don't think he's that quick in real life, but that's another thing about this demo. I don't know if it's because it's only 3 minutes and a half, but it's so fast paced. I mean, why didn't he smash that? That's disappointing. But it's so fast paced. I'm sure it is only because there's only 3 minutes and a half and they've had to make it faster, but it almost feels arcadey, not like a simulation anymore, not like real football. It's probably, like I say, just because each half's only 3 minutes long, but I hope that is the case, because it just feels a bit arcadey, and pass move really is needed this year. You can't just run past people anymore. They've done away with the trick button. You can literally just do tricks now by twiddling the stick, and if you know what you're doing, that's a nice touch. That's a horrific shot, but I was offside anyway. I'm not really a trickster, to be fair, but I know people who play the game are, and certain people online drive me insane when they do tricks, normally to give themselves penalties. That quick turn that you can do is an absolute sucker punch for giving penalties away, because you put your foot in, they do the quick turn, and that's it. It's a blatant penalty and probably a red card. So I'm hoping that they've made it a little bit harder for people to do that this year. That's a wayward shot by Robinho. So my overall impressions of this demo are, it's good, but it's not blown me away by any means. It just needs something else. I mean, a few more teams would have been nice. Only 6 teams I think we got, and I think you should have about 9 or 10. I mean, I'm going back to the PES demo. That's got about 16 teams and some international teams, so you can see how differently the international game plays to how the Premiership and whatnot plays, which is nice. And I think the halves are longer as well. I think they're 4 minutes a half, so you get a bit longer to taste the game and really get into it. And as you can see there, they've scored in the dying seconds of the game, and that was a little bit wounding, to be fair. I was a bit pissed off about that, but it's been one of those games where there's not been many chances, and Joe Hart's not getting anywhere near that. Not tight enough on my man, and to be honest, I deserve to concede it. Never mind, eh? I'm gonna lose this game now. I'm sure that's pretty obvious to you, but I'm gonna do my best to try and run it down the line and have one more attack before it's all said and done. But yeah, overall impressions of this demo are it's good, but it's not amazing. I mean, well, I'll wait until the final game to give my analysis on what I think of the whole thing, but from this demo, they haven't really shown anything off. It's just basically the same game as last year. Anyway guys, that's it. I've lost 1-0. Bit disappointing, but what can you do? I will probably be doing my PES impressions today or tomorrow. Depends if I get time. I thought I'd get this one out of the way first, so when I compare it to them both, because let's face it, they are the only two football games really that anyone plays. There used to be This Is Football, which I used to enjoy immensely, but they stopped making it. I don't know if anyone remembers Red Card from the PlayStation 2. That game was just insanely funny. You could play like against a team full of dolphins and whatnot. It was bizarre, to say the least. They don't make games like that anymore. It's all about the football, and to be honest, that's what we want, isn't it? So we can't complain. He had a terrible game, did Jesus Navis. So this is the new highlight-like system. It's nicely laid out. There's a nice overlay there in the corner to let you know exactly what time the goal was scored or the chance was taken, which is going to make editing for us YouTubers a lot easier. So that's a very welcome addition. And here's the new layout again. Shots and target and whatnot. So yeah, it's all nicely laid out, and we'll wait and see what the final game is like. Cheers for watching guys. See you later.